There we go. Okay, let's see. Oh, there's been quite a bit of talk here already.
Oh, they're already chatting?
Yeah, from 6:49. Josh says, "Can't wait to see what you're working
Oh,
on." Uh,
so we live now?
yeah. Jeff says, "Yeah, we're live."
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Uh, Jeff says, "Tornadoes heading your way. There's damage in Milwaukee and west of there, so be careful."
Yep. We saw that on the radar. So my fear is like power outages. We're like right on the bottom of this whole thing, but that's also where the hook clouds come in. And but I haven't heard any sirens going off, and it's been minimal rain, so we should be okay. But if power goes out, you know what happened. We got a big system around us. So
Let's see. Jeff says, "I'm not that far from Northern Lights in Elburn right now. Coming your way. Coming Jeff's way."
okay.
He says, "Be safe, everyone."
Yep. Be safe.
Crochet Lady says, "I'm starting to hear distant rolling thunder."
Yep.
Yeah. And Great Northern says hi.
Hey, glad you joined us. All right. Let me get this up here so that when you get ready to go, do those two things real quick. All right, I'm up.
Okay.
I'm up. Okay. All right. Hello there. So, what we've been doing. Been a very, very busy week. Not week. I guess it's only what, Tuesday? This
Yeah,
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's only 2 days since. Well, I guess it's been 4 days since we had our last live stream, isn't it? Okay. So yeah, it has been a little bit. You're not going to be able to see a whole lot right now until I bring the camera around, but a lot has happened back over here. I've done a lot of work in this area. I've done a lot of laying stuff out where it's going to go. We started to I worked some more on the Skid Row area. I'll show you how that's coming out. The weathering on the sidewalks and everything is looking fantastic, and I just got the towers painted their base color today. So a lot of good stuff's been going on. We've done a bunch of videos, as you guys have seen. I want to apologize about our streaming schedule. I know it's just kind of like hit and miss right now. I need to explain. Well, a lot of you already know. My son is in college, and right now they're into their last 3 weeks, and it's crunch time. So he is getting hammered with tons and tons of work. So right now we're not going to make any official schedule as far as the streaming goes, but after he gets done in 3 weeks, then we will. He had, I don't know how many reports and papers he had to write this past weekend, and then he's still got a huge one he's got to work on, and they dumped like 4 more assignments on him today. So that's the reason we haven't got an official schedule. But over the summer, he's off for almost 4 months. So he'll be off around the 7th of May, and he doesn't go back until end of September, early October, something like that. So we'll have a long time to get a lot of good stuff up and have a lot of good streams this summer. So, all right, let's see here.
Yeah, nothing AI can help with.
No, not AI. So yeah. So that's why we don't have an official schedule up as far as we try to do ones on Fridays for sure at some point during the day, but I don't know. He may be getting hit right at the end, and he's got like I don't know, a 2,000 or 3,000 word paper he's got to do along with all the extra stuff, and so
sorry everyone.
Yeah. Schoolwork takes precedent to a live stream. I'm sorry. That's just, and I need him to do it because I don't know how to set it up. So plain and simple as that. So that's but we'll get there after a 3 weeks period here. We'll be into this. We'll have a good schedule going, and then we're really going to be moving on stuff here too. So
yeah,
because I'll get him to give me a hand doing some of the bench work and things like that I need to get done over on this wall, and getting the helix done this summer over here so we can get to all 3 layers up here on the top. So it'll just be good to have him being able to give me a hand with all of that. So that's where we're at. So until first week of May, until about the first week of May, we'll try to squeeze in whenever we can. We'll do at least one live stream for sure a week. We will be getting the videos up. That's what we're trying to keep concentrating on, because like right now, most of our subscribers are coming off of our videos. So we're trying to get our subscriber count up. And I don't know what's happened to the live streams as far as them pushing us out in front of things. When we've seen the same complaint from a lot of people that they're not getting the same kind of views they were getting like even 3-4 months ago. But our regular videos always do fine. So we'll just keep going with those, and then we'll put the live streams in, and then this summer we'll just do it. We're going to be heading to a few good rail fanning things this summer, which will include going to see some clubs, their layouts, do some rail fanning. So we're going to be getting a lot of videos. Yes.
Well, we've had quite a few messages.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Great Northern says had a good trip, got a lot done while I was there.
Good.
Arfsky's here.
Oh, hey, glad you joined us.
Jeff says I'm about to get slammed.
Yeah.
And Great Northern says UMN is done on the 4th of May.
Oh, okay. Good. Good. Yeah. Gabe's is done. What's the date on
The
yours?
14th.
14th.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
'Cause
10th through 14th, somewhere around there.
at least that's finals week. So I don't know. I know I have one in-person exam, but I think the rest are either projects or online.
So he may be done early, depending upon when they actually assign the projects.
Yeah.
So, because that happened last year, he was actually able to get done with a lot of them like a week early. So.
Archie says it's good to have an evening live session.
Yeah, yeah. So I want to show, like I said, I want to talk about today everything that we're doing.
Jeff says no train work here, and Josh says I have 2 train shows.
Oh, cool. Good. Good. Yeah, there's what?
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Did you see a flash lightning?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, we're, like I said, we're right on the southern bottom part of this thing getting ready to roll through here.
Yeah,
So.
what do you think? Should I go take care of it or should I wait?
Yeah, it's going to start pouring.
Is it going to stop?
Yeah, in like a half an hour, but if your mom comes home early, then you're going to be out of luck. So it's up to you. I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah, I'm going to go get that done.
Okay, so I'll sit here for it's only take you like 5 minutes.
Are you going to go set up at your desk?
No, I'm just going to do a walk around and show everything that we've done.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Jeff says I'm going to a train show Saturday at Union, Illinois.
Oh, cool.
And Great Northern says I'm hitting an NMRA layout tour Saturday. Looking forward to it.
Oh, that'll be neat.
Cool.
Yeah, that'll be good. So layout tour. So is it just a single? Is it going to be a single layout, or are you going to have multiple layouts for a tour like that? Because the NMRA group here that we have, they do. They have their Sunday meets, and then they go to one person's house, and then that has a layout, and then they just spend the rest of the day there after they have their meet. So it's kind of cool. So I didn't know if it was maybe something like that or something different. Oh, 5 layouts. Okay, cool. That'll be nice. Get some good ideas and inspiration there. So I'm already itching. We've already got mosquitoes. I can't believe this. We've already got mosquitoes. I mean, it's just. So today was 80 degrees. Tomorrow is 70. Next day's 80. And then Sunday we're 41 degrees with a low of like 20. So it's the roller coaster of spring. So it's here. So we're going to have ice and maybe possibly snow this weekend after having torrential rain and tornadoes tonight. So it's just, okay, so let's see here. Let's see. Get caught up these, lots of driving. They're all over the Twin Cities. Oh, well, that's all right. Let's see, Eugene. Hello, how are you doing tonight? Good evening. Good, Eugene. Glad to see you.
Eugene Kleiss?
Yes. Yes. And Spike Railroad here.
Yeah, that's Jeff.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the temperatures here today have stunk. I agree, Spike. That's just, yeah. In fact, we got a big central air in the house, but this is an old house. It doesn't retain very well. I mean, it's a really old house. It's 120 years old. So the electric bills on this place are enormous. So what we do is we have window air conditioners in our upstairs where our bedrooms are, so that in the evenings we just turn the air conditioning off completely in the house, and we just have our window ones going. Well, I've had the window one. I don't want to turn I'm bound to determine not to turn our air conditioner on until at least May. So we're today I turned on the one up here in our bedroom, and it's been keeping the upper floor really nice. So it's just not too early for me. I remember I guess it was like 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, we were hitting 80s and 90s in early March here. And I'm glad we didn't have that this year, but this is still a lot warmer than we're normally used to. I think it's only supposed to be like 60s right now this time of year, which is very pleasant. This is not pleasant. It's sticky from all the rain. Well, anyway, we've talked about rain and stuff. Let's see what we got going here. Let's see. Spike is Jefferson Scale. Yep. Oh, Spike's Railroad. I think your name's fine. Uh, Jeff's in scale. I mean, that's obviously even. I guess you were in scale, but I mean, as soon as somebody clicks on your thing and goes to see your stuff, then they're going to know what you do. So, okay, so I think what we're going to do is going to get the camera, and I'm going to show you guys what I've done, because like I said, I did a lot of painting, did a lot of moving. The whole big moving of the buildings has happened for the ones that we've got right now. And I'll tell you what's going to get printed next. We've kind of changed things up. I was going to get ready to do the Alexandria Hotel right here, but I'm going to finish this wall up first. We'll get. I'll show you what we're getting ready to build over here, and then that way I can just kind of finish this whole section back here up. We decided to do. I think I talked about it last time. We're going to do like a Magnificent Miracle Mile type of a strip. Right above this, right in this area, all the way around. We do now have room for the Ferris wheel right here, along with a carousel and some other stuff. A nice park atmosphere going to be right here. So that's all coming. So let me get the camera, and we'll start walking around. I'll show you what I have completed in the past 4 days. So, yeah, the buildings do look better farther back, don't they? I agree. It's going to give more of a sense of depth. And I'll show you how we're going to work that. Okay, so nothing really has changed here. Pretty much all the same. There was a little sneak peek right over here a second ago, but I haven't done the video of that yet, so you'll have to wait and see on that. But I forgot I was sitting here and I passed over it kind of quickly. So yeah, so this was all sitting up on this. I cut this back area. I took the back part off that I had glued on here to make room, and I just, since I was able to set these all the way back in the corner, I think they look really good in the corner. Of course, there'll be, background buildings that'll go up behind and stuff, different colors, so it's going to fill in really nicely. So what this has enabled us to do is I've created, I know this looks kind of gross right now, but this is how I do my underpainting. And I'll get to this part in just a second. So you can see we push this back. So I've left enough room back here. You can see right here. There's going to be enough for having a gap between buildings, and then even being able to have like a 2-layer out background building right here. So behind each of these areas, like right in here, back there, like that. So this whole thing from here all the way back, I'm going to have to raise an inch. The reason I have to do that is because I don't want to mess with an incline, and this is exactly an inch off the pink deck right here. Well, a little less than, so that when I have road bed, it'll just be a smooth transition coming across right here. So this is going to curve around. This is all going to be raised right here. It's going to be, probably the back corner will be raised. And it's going to be a big curve, and then it's going to come in kind of straight right here like this. And it's going to come right over to here, and then it's going to pick up right to here. This is all going to curve right to here. Everything back here, all this is going to be up an inch. So this will all be the 2 tracks. I'm moving this over, and I'm making a second one for the backside right here. And then this is going to go down this way just a little bit. And what we're going to do right here, we'll have a road coming through, dead ending into the tracks. There'll be a fence line along here. This is going to be a parking garage right here. It's probably going to stand about this tall, be about a 10-story parking garage. That'll service both the convention center, and I'll have a skyway that's going to go across from the parking to the Leviathan building right here. So that'll look really good. And then, so now behind here, we are going to have the rest of the convention center. It's going to be about maybe that tall into a background building, and it's going to take up all the rest of the space back behind here. That'll be actually the convention center. So that's what we're going to do with that one. Here's the tops. I told you guys I had the tops made. So here were the tops. I had too big of a gap up here for the electronics, for wires and stuff. So I had to put a piece across. So when it paints, you'll never see any of that anyway. So we turned it. We did reverse printing on this. Symbol under your sticker. No, well, yeah, I am a huge Led Zeppelin fan, but that's not what that's about. So, so we reverse the printing on the two so that it would come together. Now right here, we're gonna have the Skyway that's gonna go across, and we'll have the restaurant that fills in right here. And then we'll have another big building right here. And so then these two, actually there's gonna be 4 tracks stacked here, because down below, underneath this, are gonna be the 2 main lines. It's just gonna run just like we have over on the bridge, except this will now be on roadbed and ballasted. So this is gonna go over here, cross over the road, stay along the front till about right here, then loop back like this, and then continue the curve around and hook up with the bridge right here. So that is what, that's how we're gonna do this. Doing this makes me feel so much better because now maintenance on the track is going to be keeping the track clean. Any derailments or anything like that, it's going to be so much easier to do maintenance and service on all that, especially since I'm going to have a lot of lights underneath and things like that. So I think it's going to work out pretty good on doing that. I won't be buried behind the buildings like it was going to be with these being all the way out here to the edge. Okay, so as I described over here on this side, now this is just my underpainting, which if you see here, it's the same as what I do here. Before I put my ground cover on, this was just kind of sporadically done. This was actually painted, this back here was actually painted just like this and this, and it just gives you some color. So if you have any areas that pop through, you've just got some brown coming through. So that's, I think, oh, good evening from Missouri. Glad you're here. I think that's what, so I don't want you to think this is how it's going to look. This is what we will have, but this is going to be a lot more green. This is all going to be park atmosphere right up here along this front edge, right here, this whole way. This is going to be the Magnificent Mile, Miracle Mile that's going to go all the way around to the park, and then around here, and then it's going to continue around over here just like that. So this is going to be a really beautiful area. We're going to have tons of like benches and like little actual wide green spaces that, you know, people having picnics and doing stuff like that. I'm actually going to build a couple of out juttings right here of some decks with some bracing, so that it'd be like rail fan areas, so people can watch the trains go by. You know, I make sure I have all my little people have, you know, have photographers and can photograph and stuff. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to start probably working the dirt part of it first, right along the edge here. There won't be a lot of grass right along the edge. And then later I'll transition back into that. So that's what we're going to do. I think that's, if you look at that, that's going to look a lot better. And this is, and this has to, so this is going to be, everything here is going to be going up about 2 inches. So that's going to look really nice in front of these buildings. Of course, the buildings are all going to come up with it because it's all going to be raised. And it'll be all retaining wall like we're doing right here with these, oops, I just gave away what that was sitting there again. Like those over there. So it'll be retaining wall all along underneath right here. And then that way, it'll look really nice that, yes, you're right. You got it. Great Northern. So then we're going to have some areas that's going to be a pass-through underneath here coming from the other side with some steps up so people can access from the parking to get down here into the park. You know, I'm really thinking about the health and well-being, mental well-being of all my little in-scale people. You know, they need to be able to get to the park and enjoy themselves, you know, because living in a city like this is going to be a massive amount of work and overtime hours and everything to have to live here, because it's going to be, I'm going to probably, you know, I know the rents of these buildings are going to be pretty high. So they're going to have to be able to come and play a little bit, you know, just to decompress from, you know, days of this. So anyway, so we're going to say, I keep these things in mind. Now, sorry about this. I still have stuff. I'm not going to have container cars sitting on my overpass when I finally get things done. So I'm going to be working on your HO track down the line. Yes, I will be. When we go upstairs to do the layout upstairs, we'll be doing some HO there. This is the unit that I showed how to take the shell off of. We're going to get the truck. The truck should be here anytime. So if you haven't seen how to replace one of those, I'll have a video on that. All right, so let's come around here to the skid row where I've been doing a lot of painting and a lot of work. Okay. So I finally settled on a color here. I really like this color. Now there's 3 coats of paint on this, all dry brushed. We have this top coat, and then there's a, it's kind of a reddish brown color. I want to say, it got a little more brown to it than red. So that when I do all of this sanding to get to the undercolors like you see right here, let me pick this up. Are there? Okay, you can see how when I sand, it brings those other colors through. So that's what's going to happen on those big towers, because they're going to be just beat up just like these little guys are. So I'll be sanding everything down, staining everything. We'll be doing some really fantastic details on these. So you can see we've got our open areas facing out right now. I haven't decided. I'm probably going to do that. So that make more sense, like along the street here, having the advertisement there and the advertisement on the other side. Because once I get it all weathered down, I'll find some kind of advertisement to put up here, like maybe a tall Coca-Cola bottle or beer or something like that, and then I'll scratch a lot off and really weather the sign too. And then we got to do all the details. I'll have open windows, closed windows, people hanging out the windows, have laundry hanging out the windows to dry, all that kind of stuff will be going on right here. Let me get this chair out of the way so I can get in so you can see this paint detail. So what I worked on today was the paint part. You can see all the staining that goes along right here. You can see the steps. I got to trim this down a little bit. Comes out right here. This will all be filled with dirt. This stuff right here. I'll be using the Earth Blend. And almost all of this will be covered just like I was talking about over on the other side. And then right here is going to be a swimming pool between the two, kind of a small swimming pool right here that's going to be having moss floating on the surfaces and ducks and things in it, and maybe a body floating face down. I haven't decided on that yet. But anyway, right here is the parking lot. So I've just got to paint this the black a little bit, and then I can start placing the cars in. This has to get painted black too. Now I have done the brown. Let's see if you can see that coloration there. I have got the brown on this one already done. This one I haven't got the brown yet in on it, but I will get the brown done on that fairly shortly so it matches this other side. And then of course I'm going to buy some of those tufts that you can get, the static grass tufts, and I'll be putting them along, you know, where the concrete hits the dirt and stuff, right along here and along the edges of the building and stuff. And it has some cracks in the pavement here, and there'll be some tufts growing out of that. And then back behind, I'll have my safety fence that's going to go along the entire length right here, all the way down, you know, because I don't want, you know, when they're all drunk and on their drugs and stuff, that they're not going to stagger across the tracks and get hit by my trains coming through. So again, I'm trying to keep everybody safe, even the ones living in the Skid Row area. So this is, and I've kind of settled I am going to use the sandpaper right here for the road. I think it's going to be a really good, I like the texture of it. It's really nice. And then I think it's going to weather up nice. I'm going to take a couple of them and experiment a little bit until I get the weathering the way I want. This one also has, you can barely see it, but it has the gutters right here, right there and right there. And this one does too. You can probably see that one a little bit better. When I put the actual gutters painted on the street, I'll make some accents there with some dirt and stuff and filth. So and then a lot of these are going to have air conditioners hanging out the windows. The window air conditioners will be pretty much in almost, well, like at least like 2 per floor, something like that. So the back panels are right here. So all I've got to do, I'll be putting, once I get this right here sanded down the way I like it, I'll put it on there and I'll sand the edges, the back edges of these walls. So that it'll all just come together really nicely, because the back has to look really good, because we'll be videoing from that side quite a bit. So you want to be able to see all of the stuff back behind. I'll probably go around the back side and show that here in just a minute. So I really like this color, like I said, so I'm looking forward to doing the sanding. I'm probably going to get to that tomorrow afternoon. I got some errands to run in the morning, so I'll probably get to that tomorrow. Probably tomorrow afternoon. Hopefully do that. So what I thought I would do is we're going to run the Amtrak by this. I didn't have this painted last time, so I'm really kind of want to see what this looks like. So I'm probably going to run the Amtrak by here just to see how it looks coming through this area now, as we're starting to get more and more painted and detailed. So we'll do that here in just a little while. And then this is, I'll be cutting all the rest of the city blocks right here and get that finished up. So let me come outside here. Okay, so see, you can see the back of those buildings. You can see how cruddy they are. So that, and those will have fire escapes too and stuff. I'll have fire escapes over here on the 2 towers as well. Surfliner. Yes, no, I don't have the Surfliner yet. Somebody was very, very generous. One of our, and it's an anonymous again. Somebody purchased on our Amazon wish list the Surfliner set, and it's scheduled to be delivered on Thursday. So we are probably going to be Friday when we do our live stream Friday. We'll probably have both Amtraks going. We'll have the Surfliner going and the Auto Train going, which is right there. I'll pull the Auto Train out and we'll just run it around. How do you make the stairs for the building? Those are 3D printed. The stairs are all 3D printed. They came as files that we modified that came with that. Oh, nope, not yet. We don't have the Surfliner yet, but it's on its way. All right, so let me set this down, clear some paper towels off, and then we'll see how this looks with the train running through it right here. And then I'll answer any questions that you all might have. As you can see, it's really starting to take shape now. All right, whoops, stepped on some bubble wrap. Don't want to do that because I am shipping things these days. So. All right, so let's very carefully pull these off. Should have started down here at this end. I kept bumping these cars while I was working on the buildings, and I kept knocking the Amtrak cars over, so I was trying to get them hooked back up, so they may not be completely hooked up yet. Let me get these paper towels off over here. Excuse me. Okay, so let's get this on. See if this is it's doing okay. Oh yeah, it's fine. All right, let me get the camera. You'll be able to see it coming through. Going horizontally, you don't get to see everything as much, but we'll come down here and we'll kind of look between the buildings here. With this right here, with the pool that's going to be there. Yeah. That's going to look really nice. So this is our Auto Train. We have the rear auto carriers that have the Auto Train markings on them. So this is a train I wanted to do for a long time. And I got the set that had the engine and the 3 cars for my birthday this past week. Okay, hang on a sec. There we go. Let me take a look here. Oh, okay. So woodworking channel, that'd be pretty cool. I'll have to go check that out. All right, so as you can see, this is going to be a great area as we start to stack all these buildings up right here. And then and you can see how with all the green up here that we're going to have and all of this, I'm going to get down and give you a kind of an up angle at it and think about all the trees there's going to be right here. And like I said, the overlooks that are going to be looking at the trains and stuff. So that I think will look really sharp. All right, let's look down here. I'll kind of see what it's going to look like as it goes by. Oh yeah, see, that's going to be really sharp. Yep, choo-choo it is. So I was digging around and I found this car that I had weathered. I needed trucks. Well, I had some extra trucks that came with a car that already had been converted. So there we go. I'm going to have that on here pretty soon. I'm going to stick it on with these guys right here. So you can see how with that big convention center right here, that's how that's going to be. And I'm going to put a mirror. That's the other thing. It's going to be on any of the roads that I have. We're going to put a mirror at the ends of the roads right here coming through. so that it just give it that sense of depth of the buildings going back. So I think that'll be a nice, I've seen that done before and it looks pretty good. So I think that's what we'll do. Yeah. Well, that'll be cool using it with your layout. Okay, so I'm going to put this back up here. So as you can see, the Skid Row area is coming out pretty good. It's like both sides are just kind of coming together now all of a sudden. I'll work like half a day on doing Skid Row stuff, the other half of the day doing back here. And now that I finally have my plan on how to finish this, I'm just going to get a sheet of the pink foam. It's about a foot, isn't it? A little more than that, but I think I'm going to make it work. I'll get about 3 out of that. So I'll be able to get all that raised, which would be good because I've got some cracks back here that aren't quite level. I'll go ahead and I'll level those with foam, spray foam, get that all worked in nice and smooth, and then I'll put a piece of, I'll put a double layer of the 1/2-inch pink foam over the top, and that'll make everything all nice and smooth. So that should get me all the way around the corner to what I need to, and I've got to bring this up another 1/2 inch right here in height to match what's coming off the bridge, because all of the raised areas are going to be the same height of the lower set of 2 tracks on the bridge, and that way everything will be higher, and this will be really nice being just park atmosphere. So I think that's going to work pretty good. Yeah, I've been wanting an N-scale Amtrak for quite some time, and it just kind of worked out really well. I was surprised on that one completely because, like I said, I wasn't expecting that on my birthday, and then that Surfliner somebody bought and gifted it to the layout off of our Amazon wish list. So Friday when we're here, you guys will have one on this, one on that, and we'll be able to go back. Want to go that way? Want to go this way? So we'll have some really neat stuff, especially over around the Skid Row and right here. We'll run them both, and you'll be able to see how that's going to look. So I think that's gonna be a pretty good run day. So between now and then, I've got to finish the towers. So you'll be able to see those all peeling, paint peeling and flaking. Get the windows framed. I think I'm going to go with a white for the windows frames, and then I can use a black wash overlay to really dirty them up. And then the whole building to get a black wash like the small buildings did once I get them all sanded down. So that will be, I think that'll look really sharp. And then I want to get the fence in. I want to get my poles in. That's probably going to be by next week. So that we just kind of start having like half of this finished up and scenic completely over here. I'm really looking forward to having that done. Actually having an entire scene scenic. That's the goal. So let's see what we got here. Arnold River Rossi, CP Pullman passenger cars. Swap out the couplers. Oh, that's great. CP Pullman passenger. Spend it all in Hawaii. Well, as long as you enjoyed yourself, it was worth it. I mean, that's the thing. I was watching today. I don't know if anybody saw this or not. Talking about passenger equipment and stuff. I was watching Virtual Rail today, and I like looking at Elkhart, their Elkhart camera. And I reversed back. I just kind of scanned back through the whole thing. You can go back 12 hours. And I looked this afternoon, and I saw them coming, so I stopped the scanning and then watched it come through. Norfolk Southern, their legacy units. I don't know if any of you have seen those or not, but those are absolutely spectacular engines. 2 of them were hooked up. I don't know which cities they were because it was too far away to be able to see, and he didn't zoom in. He tracked the thing with the camera. Well, anyway, 2 of them were pulling the passenger cars to the big boy pulls. And they were headed east. And the big boys headed east here pretty quick, and it's going to start doing that run across the United States. So today they actually moved the passenger train with 2 of the NS legacy engines. That was just so cool to see. I'm going to bet on Friday if there probably won't be anything until then. But they do a thing on that channel called the Grab Bag, which is all like the highlights from the week. I'll bet you anything that'll be on the highlight reel. So if you didn't get to see it today, it's worth. It was just beautiful seeing those on the head of those passenger cars going by. So I'm willing to bet that was a special train going out there. It wouldn't even surprise me at all because UP and NS are pushing this merger. If you don't actually see maybe those two units behind the big boy on the passenger train, or at least maybe one of them, trying to get the visibility for the merger that they're trying to do. They're refiling the merger. I think Gabe said on the 20th or something like that. They had some more paperwork they had to do. So I saw when I was watching the Elkhart thing, there was a ton of trains going through that were just NS and UP together. So I'm thinking they're probably going to get it this time. But it was just a neat train to see. So if you didn't catch it today, and right now it's too late to go back, because like I said, you can only go back 12 hours, and they're an hour ahead of where I am now. So you'd have to basically go back 13 hours to catch where it is. So you won't be able to catch it right now. But it was a cool looking train. So catch it on Friday. Virtual Rails will have their Grab Bag, and I guarantee it's going to be on there. In fact, what I'm betting on is they're actually going to show it in numerous spots. You might catch it in Ohio if it goes through Ohio somewhere there close. So I'm gonna watch that on Friday for sure because it was a neat looking train. So because I've loved those engines. If you're not familiar with which ones I'm talking about, did we put the legacy units up on on one of those for the votes?
I don't think so, or maybe one of them.
Okay. If you don't know what the legacy units are for Norfolk Southern, just go Google and get an image, and you'll be able to tell why I like those a lot. I mean, they're just beautiful. That burgundy red, whatever you want to call it, maroon burgundy red that they have on the front and the blacks on the back end it's just beautiful. So yeah, so if you want to check that out, so that's on the move. That train's heading to the East Coast, and then the thing will be coming back here, headed back this way. I'm probably not going to chase it because it gets crazy through here. I've heard nightmare stories of how nuts the foamers get when they're following along beside it, and then by the time it stops someplace, it's so packed with people you hardly get to see it. So I'm getting to the point where I chased the Challenger all the way across Nebraska a couple of times and really enjoyed that. So been there, done that. Yeah, it's the big boy, but I'm good. So, but anyway, I think it's going to bring a lot of interest to the hobby. So I think that'll help. So if you get a chance and you want to go see it, I recommend it because, like I said, following the Challenger was great. So, all right, what do we got here? Let's take a look. I know they have Atlanta, Altoona, Birmingham, and Chicago. Yes, that's the four engines. Yes, that's the four engines they made for the legacy units, and I don't know which two they put on here. On September 10th in 2024, cool. In Nokomis, Illinois. Oh, great. That would have been good. Yes, the big boy is celebrating the 250th. So I'm going to try to get some street lights on my layout. Yes, yeah, I've got a lot of lights to go with this. I'm actually going to be trying this guy right here. Let's see, can you see it? Yeah, you guys can see it. I'm actually going to be trying this guy with the that foil paper, the reflective foil. I'm going to get I've got the brown roll over here. That's a really pretty kind of a chocolatey metallic brown. I'm going to put it on the inside and see how that looks with the reflective in the windows, like you see in the downtown buildings with the colored windows. So maybe I can save myself, where I'm going with this on lights is maybe I can save myself some on some of these buildings where I can do some of my bigger buildings with that kind of a look without having to go into all the details and stuff, doing interior details and doing lighting and everything in the building. So I'm going to give that a shot this week and see how that looks. So I may even have that on Friday for you guys to take a look at and see how that goes. I'm just going to cut a couple of pieces and lay them in there and just tape them in kind of temporarily to see if I like the color. If I like it, because if I don't, I want to be able to pull it out. And I want to glue it in just yet. So we'll see how that looks on that building. So let's see what we got here. Let's see. So that's where we are. Like I said, I did a lot over here, did a lot here, got a lot left to go. But like I said, I'm hoping on Friday to run those two Amtrak's. I think that'll be fun to do that together. So um, if you've liked watching this and you're not a subscriber yet, you might want to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on our live streams. Because like I said, it's going to be hit and miss for about 3 weeks now. So this way you'll be notified when we do have our live streams. Because we're going to have some fun when we get the two Amtrak's going together. I'll probably do a couple live streams with just doing those things, because then I'll have more of the buildings finished up and I'll set the camera up. And it seems like it seems like when I start to work over here on the table and we set the camera up, people drop off. So I don't think I'm going to show much more as far as live work goes. We'll probably just do like chat around the layout and run some stuff. I think that's about what we'll do. This just didn't seem to interest a lot of people with what I was doing over here, and we're trying to make a push to get to about 6,500 subscribers by midsummer, to where maybe we could hit 9 to 10 by the end of the year. So that's what we're aiming for. So we're kind of weeding out things that seem to drive people away from the streams. So if you've liked this new format with the horizontal versus the vertical, let us know. We will be doing some verticals from time to time, but as soon as Gabe's off, we'll be able to do probably 3 to 4 live streams a week at that point. So we'll take one of those and do a vertical, because they did bring us a lot of our subscribers in. So I'd like to see if maybe the next month or two they go back to what formula they had before that everybody loved, that they did away with for some reason. We'll go ahead and we'll keep doing a vertical every now and then, but we're probably just going to shift over to horizontal. We'll do probably one evening and one afternoon, probably like a Friday afternoon and Friday morning afternoon, and then maybe an evening in the week, like Thursday or Tuesday or Thursday or something like that. And then a membership live stream in there, and then a vertical of some sort. So, and then of course at that point, then he'll be able to do a lot more. We have so many videos stacked up right now, it's not even funny. I'm not pushing him about it. I'm not getting on about it, nothing. I want him to get his schoolwork done first. We've probably got just what I've recorded just recently on stuff going on around here. Some really neat reviews, some good run stuff, some build stuff. I probably, in addition to the things we picked up at shows, I've probably got a good 20, 30 videos that I've just filmed this past week. So hopefully those will still keep dribbling in as we get towards the end of this semester here. So, but I have noticed I am probably gonna, one thing you guys did seem to like watching me do was work on roadbed, which I think is the most boring thing in the world, but it seemed like I got a lot of people liked it and want to know what I was doing. I have found along here, there's some spots now that things have dried up completely. I have found some bare areas along here, and especially over there. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to probably take a day, maybe next week, and we'll do some ballast work and get this. I'd like to get this front track over here finished all the way around. I've got to paint the track over there. I haven't even painted that track, and it's not coming up for me to paint it. I'll have to actually paint it in place and just be really careful, because as you guys know, I had a heck of a time with that curve over there, getting it to where it could take the trains and the larger cars. So I'm not pulling that up for any reason. So I'm going to have to paint all those ties in place. It'll take a little bit of time. I'll probably do that prior. I won't do that on camera. I'll probably do that prior to doing the ballasting. And that whole entire wall over there has to be ballasted. So I'll do most of it, but then maybe we'll have an afternoon of cleanup over here, getting stuff put back in, and maybe doing a little bit over there. So I think that'll be a good day. So what do we got here? Like horizontal, you can see a lot more of the layout. Yes. Seeing anyone work is fun. Well, that's what I thought, on how to wire your layout. Yeah, we'll put that up. Right now, this entire layout's powered by 3 just leads right here, all underneath here. I put them underneath here so that I can hide them, but I'm finding that I'm probably going to need to put a lead on each track over there on that corner. Which is fine. I don't mind doing that. And I'll probably do 2 sets of leads for the 4 tracks that'll be up here. Probably the same thing, maybe in each corner, just to make sure I've got good power to everything. I've decided for right now, I'm probably going to just stay with DC while I'm getting everything finished. I think I've talked about that before. I was thinking about jumping to DCC real quick here, but for all the testing I need to do, especially as I'm building and moving things around and doing stuff, and things may not stay the same, I don't want to have to mess with anything. I'm going to get myself on the other side of the this jump area across right here on the other side on a swivel, so I can either access it from this side or the other side. I'm going to put a shelf underneath with the swivel right there, and I'm going to put 7 controllers across. And each controller will take care of a track, so I don't have to worry about it. And I'll just wire with a small control panel, I'll just wire the helix so that whichever one I'm taking it into, I can adjust the flow of electricity depending upon what I need to do on that. So I think I'll just leave it as DC for right now. Saves me a lot of money, especially on the engines and stuff, not having to upgrade anything at this point. And then I'll get to it as I start to finish up things on this upper level. Then I'll start to get to it. Now the lower level, being that this is all going to be Unitrack, I may go DCC down here because it's just going to be a simple loop with a couple of switches. Well, not a loop, but it's going to be a dog bone basically with a couple of switches for sidings and things. It's going to be this whole underneath side here, so there'll be all kinds of industries and things like that. So that being not too hard of a wiring problem, I'll probably wind up doing DCC down here. That's probably where I'll start. We'll be doing the DCC on the lower shelf. Of course, I've got to get all this garbage out of here first. I've got all the track I need. I just need to get all this out of here. So let's see here. I like watching your live streams and videos. Well, thank you, Josh. You're a mix of DC and DCC. Yeah, I may wind up doing the same thing, like making one line, maybe a DCC, or I may just play around with it on the lower level. I'm not sure. But up here, it's kind of going to depend on where I put sidings up here. If I put any sidings like on the main level, the pink level, well, it's not, well, only partial pink level now. And I do like some sidings over that area, then I may want to do one line on the lower level of the bridge. I may want to do one line DCC, just so I can get stuff switched in and out, or whatever track I take over to my yards over here. I may want to do that. But of course, I want those yards to service all 7 tracks too, so that may negate that and make that just have to be DC. I don't know. But we'll get around to it. But this is, as soon as he's off, we're going to build the entire yard area here with the display cases and then the helix. So about a month from now, we'll be starting a huge construction build in here, and we'll get all of that finished. So you're going to see a lot happen in the next couple of months. So let's see what we got here. Can you convert your locomotives to DCC? Yes, they all are DCC friendly. So it's just a matter of taking the shells off and putting the boards in, putting the correct boards in. So it's not that big a deal to have to do. I probably won't do sound. I've never, like I've talked about before, I've never liked the sound in N-scale because the speakers are so small. You don't get a nice low rumble for things. It's all just kind of high pitched. I've seen guys at layouts try to do it, and they try to adjust, and they just can't do it. You can't pull it off. So I think I'll just skip. What I may wind up doing is just getting, I've got some really fantastic Bose speakers. I may just put some of those underneath the layout on a shelf like right here, and just get diesel sounds with horns and things like that, and just let that play instead of actually having onboard sound. So. But DCC, yeah, I'll because every engine I've got right now it's capable for DCC. They just don't have it. I have one that has DCC in it, but I'm probably going to take that board out for right now because it's the Surfliner. It's that really pretty Sunset Surfliner, and I want to be able to run it with the new Surfliner that's coming in on Thursday. So once I get the Surfliner built up to make it a bigger train, I want to do a double engine on it. So I'll need to get the board taken out of it. Now that's an Athearn. I haven't worked on N-scale Athearn. I've worked on HO Athearn a lot, but not N-scale. So I'll have to figure that out on how to take that board out of there and get it back to just DC. So, but it'll get there. It'll get there. Let's see here. And the BLI Rolling Thunder. Oh, that's cool. Not so into sound, therefore I'm not 100% DCC. Yeah. Yep. So I'm kind of in the same boat as everybody as far as that goes. I mean, some people, I think the DCC came out and that's what they did. And they just love it. And I'm sure, if I probably got started with it a lot earlier, I probably would already have it on here by now. But we'll get to it. Like I said, down here probably will be the first place. So we're going to underlight this whole thing with LEDs so it's not dark down here. We'll have some really cool stuff. This is going to be my interchange place for my industries, so that depending on what I feel like running for the day, I can have the industry I want, but there will be a platform there, a foundation that's interchangeable to where I can change it out to a different industry that I'll have all stored in shelves up in the attic, and then I can just run whatever cars I want to run. So we're going to make this a very universal type of a layout down here on the bottom. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm glad you guys liked the evening ones, and it looks like most of you have said you like the horizontal. So let's see. We may put up a. Well, hello there. I was about to talk about. I started reading this thing, and I lost my train of thought. That's really good. Age, gray matter's going out. So. Oh, I was going to say, we may put on the post section, we may put a vote thing up as to whether you want to see more horizontals, or you'd rather see more verticals, or you just don't want to see many of them at all. So we'll give you guys some options. We'll probably put that up tonight or tomorrow. So I would appreciate if you guys chimed in and let us know what you'd like to see more of. Now, when I said I'm not going to show work things anymore, I won't show them like I was before, where I was doing, like, at least every other one I was showing some work. I'll probably, like, if we get up to like 4 live streams a week over the summer, I'll probably take one and do it as a work thing. So if you guys, those that enjoy that part of it, want to see how I do some of the stuff, then we'll have those. And those that don't, they know we'll have other live streams coming. They'll just be running and showing the layout. So we'll probably do something like that. I'm not going to cut it out completely, but it definitely won't be prevalent for a while anyway. So I'm sitting here looking at that building. I really, really like those two colors. Well, not two colors, but the color on those two buildings. It's called Light Flesh, I think is what the color was called on that. So by the time I get dirtying it up and everything, you probably won't even see that anymore. It'll be more of a grayish light tan. So once the black goes on, because you saw what happened on the buildings when I did the black wash on the buildings, boy, it just darkened everything up. So it'll happen with that too. So I think that'll look really good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to completing that one up. I've got a bag of paint around here. I've been looking for it. I bought some paint when I was at Walmart the last time. Some of the Apple Barrel. I found they don't carry the asphalt color anymore. Of course they don't. But I did find a color that would be a good substitute for it, and I bought a bottle of it, and I'll be darned if I can find it now, because I've got 2 parking lots here I'd like to paint and start weathering. So I'll have to, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Light flickered a little bit. That was some really close thunder and lightning. So I'll have to really dig through and see if I can't find that. If not, I'll go over. It was 50 cents for the bottle, so I'll go over and buy another one if I can't find it. So we will be doing more of the plaster. I will have this wall finished up. We'll get the plaster up, finish that wall up, paint it, stain it, do all that kind of fun stuff to it. We'll have that coming up pretty soon. Let's see here. I always said your layout and your channel the way you want. The moment you start taking suggestions, becomes a work, and work sucks. Yeah. Gabe asked you how you're, or Gabe, Josh asked you how you're doing.
Yeah, I was writing a message back.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. You posted it right as I was reading it into him. So, yeah, but I understand that. But I think a lot of people get really bored if I filmed what I like doing, which is really, I like the art aspect of it. I'm not that fond of track work, layout design, wiring, all that stuff. What I really enjoy, because of my art background, is painting the buildings, doing the scenery, things like that. But there's a bazillion people that are doing that kind of thing already. Maybe not the weathering to the extent that I do it, especially like on the sidewalks and things like that. I probably should have shown how to do that, but it just seemed like people were just turning us off when I was working on it that day. We went from at the beginning of the thing, when I got into working on that area, we went from like 50, 60 people watching. By the time I got into doing some of it, we were down to like 5. So obviously it turned off a lot of people. So that's just kind of why I just stopped doing it. Because like I said, we're trying to do a push right now to get the subscriber count up. So maybe the algorithms will work better in our favor. I had a guy, I watch a guy, so I don't know if I should do this or not. I don't know if I should do this. What's the guy's name that he mentions?
Who?
The glacial guy?
Oh, oh,
Oh yeah, I remember who it is.
oh, Mr. Beast.
Yeah. So this glacier guy, he's a gold hunter. He lives in Minnesota and he goes out and pans for gold and stuff. And I get a kick out of watching that because he's a funny guy to watch. He usually winds up forgetting half the tools he needs, and or he's too cold. He doesn't pack the right stuff to do it. But anyway, so he was down in Arizona, and he says, well, he said maybe I can get Mr. Beast to come out here and pan some gold with me, because Mr. Beast is likes to go do things, and Mr. Beast is. So he says, and then he looks at the camera. He says, I heard if you use his name in a video that it gets into the algorithm and your video boosts up because the thing goes in and listens to all the words and translates and picks up on it and everything. So he said, I may be doing that for a few times. And sure enough, like 3 videos in a row, he kept saying Mr. Beast. So maybe I'll start doing that. No, I won't do that. I won't. But I just thought that was pretty funny. So, but I like him. He's a pretty funny guy to watch. So, yeah, I'm really bored when I'm watching panning for gold. Well, I'm not bored, but it's like, okay, I've watched enough anime for the day. I've watched enough movies. I've whatever enough videos on virtual rail. So I drift back to either Todd Talks or I have a guy in Japan that I like watching that goes and does micro apartments. He goes and previews them and looks at them. So I watch those, or I watch the gold guy. So, but anyway, that's usually like at 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, when I can't get to sleep because my shoulders are hurting. So that's usually when I start doing that. But he's a funny guy. Yeah, Mr. Beast, maybe I'll get him to come down here and pan gold with me. Let me get Mr. Beast to come and run trains. There we go. Maybe I'll start doing that. So anyway, so enough of that. So this has just been a chat session tonight. I wanted just to show you where we're at, how far that came in such a short period of time, which it did. If I can get the pink foam picked up Thursday, I'll probably cut that this weekend, and we'll get it up before next week's live streams. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah. What are you on, Lance? No, it's just, people I watch on YouTube. So we got 2, I know we're not going to have a live stream next Monday night for sure, and next Wednesday night for sure. My son got a really nice scholarship for senior year. So we have 2 dinners we have to go to, and not have to go, but we have 2 dinners to go to where he's being honored at them. So we won't be there. We won't be on those 2 nights next week. But we'll figure it out one way or another when we'll put him in there. So that's where we are. So I mean, it seems like when this thing is so big now that it just seems like when I spend 3-4 days working, it doesn't seem like I'm getting anywhere at this stage. So there's just so much to be done. That's why I'm trying to get a whole bunch of this finished, because I'd like to be able to look at this wall back here within the next month, 4 to 6 weeks, and have this entire wall finished. Because then I'd feel better about the whole rest of the project. So that's going to be the real big push, is getting these tracks around and getting these things printed. I really want to get that. Like I said, I really want to get that parking garage made, the 10-floor parking garage, and the skyways going across from the different areas. So, and then we've got some good like I said, I've got this to review that's coming up. And then we've got this. I think I know what this is. We've got a bunch of small boxes in. This came in. I can open this up. You guys have seen this enough. You'll get an actual unboxing. A live unboxing. Let's see if I can find my stupid razor blade. Or my, anything to cut this open with would be really great. Boy, it is pouring down our gutter. Man, it is just, we've got a gutter right here in the corner that comes off the roof. And, well, obviously it comes off the roof. That was a stupid statement. I guess, versus like coming off the side of the house, I guess. But when I get a lot of rain, man, when I'm sitting here working, I can sure hear it going. Oh, yeah. My wife's out in this. She's over at the church doing a council meeting tonight, so. Fortunately, she's just parked right next to the house. All right, I'm not gonna show the address. This was a replacement. Replacement add to, because I am going to fix the other engine. That's not in question. But this is also a different road number, which is nice. If that's what this is, and I'm pretty sure it is. Yes. Looks like it. So my wife and son got this for me as a replacement for the one that I burned the truck out on. Well, I didn't, but I'm pretty sure the transformer did. Because that's what it said happens if you get like spikes in your voltage and stuff, you can burn out the trucks on those, and the others have been fine. So, so this just came in late last week. So, wait a minute. Well, that figures. He sent me the wrong number. Well, that's great. The wrong number got sent. The Montana Rail Link.
Seriously?
We were supposed to get 4,400, and we got another 4,401, so now we have 3 4,401s. I mean, I'll change them. I can change numbers easy enough, and you can never tell. But it's just the fact that I've got to do it. Well, anyway, so that's that's what came in. Ooh, boy, there's the wind. So, beautiful engines, beautiful engines. So this gives me 3 of them total. Put that back in. I don't want to touch anything since I got stuff from off the layout. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Love that paint job. So, if you wind back, if you wind the live stream back when it goes when it gets archived, you'll be able to see what that is. I took the camera over it a couple of times, but I'll be doing the unboxing of that one. He went charging down the stairs. I bet Susan called him and said she was here. So I'll be doing the unboxing of that, and the testing of it, and the review of it. This one came from another family. This one came from my mom. So she knows that if she used to give me cash for my birthday, but then I never used it on anything for myself. I always did stuff for the family with it. So this year she followed us to a train show. She went to a train show with us, and she basically made me pick out what I wanted, and then she gave it to me on my birthday. So, and it's an absolutely gorgeous engine. It's just beautiful. So you'll get to see that in a couple of days. So this engine, and the Amtrak were the birthday this year. Like I said, I was talking to a guy. I said it's way more than I expected or deserved, because we do cap what we give to each other on our birthdays, and usually it's $100 cap. Well, they blew by that and then some. I was just flabbergasted this year. So it was just there. So anyway, I'm rambling on at this point. So what do we got here? Hello everyone, popping in, say hi before the power goes out again. Yeah, Yeah, heavy storms in Wisconsin. Yep, that's where we're at, Ken. We got it right here. I buy these from a guy in Florida. The same thing happened to me. He sent me two 4400s. I'm not sure where they got this from. Um, Gabe always takes care of that. Yeah, we could swap, but I'm fine with it. I've done so many. I have painted. Excuse me. I've painted and done so many custom engines over the years that I know how to change numbers where you never even tell that I've changed a number. So I've got all the little tiny stencil, well, not stencils, transfer numbering where you just rub it on with a toothpick. I've got all the sizes from actually from let's see, T all the way up through O. So I'll be able to change these out without any problem. It'll take me a little bit, but I'm not going to be in any hurry about them. So, because I'll pair them off with some BNSF, like the BNSF that we got off the. I should have brought the camera over, and I'll show you those again real quick. That was there was an engine over there that we got off of. That was from Plumber Boggs that sent us the BNSF, so I'm looking forward to hooking up the MRL with it. I've actually got the two sitting there together because I just need to clear out some space over here. They're sitting on the deadline. It's going to be a beautiful lash up with the Montana Rail Link and the BNSF together. I see it all the time since they took over MRL. Ooh, boy, listen to that rain. It is just pounding the window. So it'll make for a very prototypical run is what it'll do. So that should be good. Let's see. I returned mine and he sent the right one. Well, thank you, Josh, about the building and layout. We got a lot to go. So, like I said, this wall is going to be the first wall. I'm going to put we're going to put something over the window, but where I can take it off if I need to. It'll be the backdrop, painted backdrop back there of some sort, and then we'll just finish this wall up. So I'm really looking forward to getting this wall done. So anyway, we're good to go. So I think I'm just trying to think if I missed anything. It just seems like I did more than this week. Don't you get those where you think you did more? And like I said, then you look at it, it's like that's all I did. Because that's kind of where I'm at right now. It just seems like I should have had a lot more done in 4 days than I've got done. But there was stuff, because like the tops of those up there, I had to, the caps that are on top of the convention center, those had so many supports in them from the printer. And when you have the supports inside the windows, they can be a little hard to get out, especially if the entire interior of the cap is filled with supports, which those were. So it was it was just a pain to do, but we got it done. So he's back up. Is Mom home?
Yeah.
Okay, I figured I heard you go charging downstairs that she
Well,
called.
the doorbell rang, so.
Oh, okay. Oh, didn't she call? She should have just called you.
No, because it's coming down so hard.
Okay, well, I'm glad she.
Have you seen the? Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
She actually waited out in the car for a little bit to see if it passed, but
It ain't passing. Well, it's going to pass here pretty quick, actually. I looked at the radar, and we're supposed to be done with this within a half an hour. So
Oh
what? Oh, I know. That's the window.
no! Water just dripped down.
Where? Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to cut this off so we can check things. Go ahead and hit that, so we'll see you. I'll look.
Yeah.
I'll look.
Maybe it was just my. Maybe
I think it's just your imagination, because I've been checking every day.
Yeah, I thought I just saw a drip come down. It's like where your chair is.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing in the ceiling there.
Okay. So maybe not. Maybe it's just my.
You got a floater.
Yeah, that's probably
I
it.
bet it was a floater.
Like, yeah, it may not be water.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
saying, like I said, what?
Did you hear that?
No.
Oh,
Oh, that's the lights popping. Huh?
it sounded like it. Sure.
No, I heard it was up there. All right, we're going to check this out. So we will see you on Friday. Hopefully, we won't have to be getting repair guys here to get the roof fixed, but I don't think so. So we will, we'll check you guys on that. So Gabe, you wanna just do this?
Yep, I got it.
All right, so you guys take care, and then, we'll see you on Friday.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching.